Joining me. I really want to invite us all to just stretch, get in our bodies for a moment. We have this. I want to say a prayer for all of the firefighters across America and around the world right now in this heat of the summer. I want to say prayers for those in the state of Oregon, here in rural Eastern Oregon, who might have to evacuate their homes. Praying for the protection of our firefighters, our lands. And I just saw U.S. Senator Merkley advocating for additional congressional funding to ensure that we have what we need sufficiently to fight the fires. So thank you, U.S. Senator Merkley, for advocating at Congress today to ensure that OMB funds are there for an increase in congressional funding for our firefighters. The reason I'm coming on and doing a live right now about being intentional with time is today's a double-edged sword, and it's really made me do a lot of contemplation. I got up this morning. I'm still dressed here in my work clothes. I got up this morning with the intention of going to work, and work was closed because of the poor air quality here in rural Eastern Oregon and Pendleton, Oregon. And I am staying inside today, and I have been doing everything I can to be very intentional with my time. I kept my work clothes on because I wanted today to be intentional. It was a gift of time today, and sadly it's because of our fires, and they're all around us. You can feel the air quality is very, very bad. And the reality is that we need additional funding. It was amazing watching on video the airplanes going into the Columbia River, picking up that water, and then watching them drop the water. And I keep thinking that's not even enough water to get out the amount of fires that are happening. And I just want to invite you, if you're watching, to let me know where you're watching from, and to take a moment to breathe, to become present. I want to be very intentional with my YouTube channel to set a tone of kindness and respect. That's why I said on the description of my live to please enter this space with kindness and respect. If you are commenting, please comment with a higher vibration and kindness. Is it kind? Is it true? Is it necessary? Just allowing that filter. It's very often that we may have trolls and spammers coming onto the lives, but I want to create a safe space. And remember that if you are the one writing a negative comment, that you're showing yourself. I will not give energy when people are making unkind comments on live posts, which happens all over the place. When I come live, I often come live after I've dropped into quiet, dropped into meditation. Thank you for joining me. Thank you. Please let me know where you're watching from. I just put my glasses to the side. I'm feeling a flow coming on, and I will definitely look at where you're from. And please let me know. My intention is to grow global community. Je parle français aussi, eu puedo hablar español también, e cano colons prate. Tudo bem? Where are you watching from in the world? May we grow global community connection. I was just watching C-SPAN, and I was watching U.S. Senator Merkley advocating for additional congressional funds for our firefighters. And I want to say a prayer first and foremost for all the firefighters, for those who are packed and ready to evacuate if they need to. You can really, I'm inside my home today. I'm dressed, I got dressed for work, but we had no work because of the fires here in rural Eastern Oregon. So wherever you're watching from, thank you for joining. Again, just being kind with comments. I appreciate that very much. And my intention with my lives on YouTube is to grow global community. So definitely send me a message or comment where you're watching from in the world. I took my glasses off, so I can't see anything. This And please stay with me on the topic of what I'm talking about. And right now, what I'm about to talk about is the intention of time. I got up this morning ready to go to work, and I'm still dressed in my work clothes because I decided to treat today as a work day for myself. My streaming is work. My posting is work. My promoting my books is work. My doing shorts is work. My doing my live streams is work. And my intention is to grow global community through kindness, through inspiration. And today I was given the gift of time. So I could have sat around watching Netflix movies and put on the pajamas, or stayed dressed and asked myself, what is my intention? And that because of poor air quality and fires, and that people are struggling and people are scared and people are having to evacuate their homes. And I just watched C-SPAN with US Senator Merkley advocating for additional congressional funds to ensure that we have enough money to fight the fires. And even that feels crazy, because how do you fight fires, right? So I watched the planes go into the Columbia River, picking up the water. Thank you to all the people who are getting the videos of it, because it's incredible. Honor the pilots, honor the fire jumpers, honor the firefighters. The winds were flipping the fires. And it makes you realize, like, houses can be gone like that. Lives can be gone like that. Everything people own can be gone like that. These fires are a reminder of our non-permanence. These fires are a reminder that everything you think you had can be burned in a moment. Just like that. I have a friend who lost her home. I know what people go through when they lose everything and are brought down to that raw core moment where you realize that all you have, all any of us really have, is time. This moment. None of us get out of here alive. We are all in the process of, some point we all go. All we have is right now. So I've taken today to really contemplate why it is that I'm dressed for work. I'll even button my blazer, and chose to stay dressed for work. And I chose to stay dressed for work because I want to honor the people who are out there risking their lives to fight these fires. Elected officials like Senator Merkley advocating for Congress for additional funds to help us with the fires here in the state of Oregon. It wasn't like, oh, yay, I get a day off from work. No, it was, let me contemplate the severity of why it is we all had to stay home, because we have poor air quality. So I'm not going outside today. The buildings had poor air quality because this whole region is on fire. If you do not have the free Watch Duty app wherever you are watching from in America, I don't know if it's worldwide or not, download free Watch Duty. You can put in your address so you can get automatic emergency notifications if you need to evacuate, or what level the fire's at or in your region. I mean, I've got friends who are packed and ready. I've offered my home for my fridge and for showers if anyone has to evacuate, to some friends. And we are in a very real crisis. So no, I didn't put on my PJs and be like, yay, I get to watch Netflix movies all day. I stayed dressed and I got intentional, and I'm live with you right now because I feel called to share the importance of time, that this is not a dress rehearsal. When you have fires all around you, smoky air for days, not able to go to work, watching a U.S. Senator advocate for congressional funds because we need more planes to go into that Columbia River to get more water. Like, this is real. Friends who have children who have their cars packed. Friends who don't want to leave their homes. I have a friend who doesn't want to leave, and has even said she will not leave her home even if there's an evacuation order. We get so caught up in drama in gossip, in complaining. And when you have friends who have their cars packed because they may lose their home, it makes you realize the absolute quintessential essence gift of time. You want to waste it? Waste it. You want to wake up? A little hocus pocus so we can focus? When you have time, get really, really clear with intention on what you want to manifest, because we don't have a lot of time. Even if we live to 100, we are here this blip of a moment, this blip of a moment in time. You can waste it complaining about your life, complaining about your job, complaining about your relationships, complaining about the piles and the mess and the house you want to declutter, or you can wake up and start getting something done. It's amazing. I've been doing Wellness Wave life coaching for over a decade, and I only now am taking class. And no, I'm not pitching my Wellness Wave life coaching, because right now that's not what I'm doing. And that's not where my energy is in this present moment. But I do want to say, people need to be ready. Are you ready to do the work? Because no one's doing it for you. Mel Robbins is right. Like, no one's coming to rescue you. No one's coming to save you. Like, we got to do the work. I just published 2 books. I got it done in flow state, because I took 2 years to get very clear with my time. I don't go to every birthday party. I don't go to every social engagement. I don't go out to restaurants because I'm eating clean, because my time is valuable to eat well. What is calling you? If you're watching, there's no accident you're watching right now. And with our work, what's the work that's calling your soul? In what way do you want to be engaged with community? In what way can you show up in a new way, that you're not waiting for it to be 5 o'clock, that you're not waiting for it to be Friday, that you're not counting the years until you retire, but that you get energized and excited every day, about every hour, about every opportunity to learn, to grow, to witness the triggers, to heighten emotional intelligence, and to begin to live in a higher consciousness. That we need a radical transformation of conscious awakening in humanity globally, so everyone can wake up and recognize the quintessential essence of time. We have had this brief moment of time. You want to do it hanging out at drive-thrus? You want to kick your feet up for another couple episodes on a TV show and watch more Netflix? Go ahead. You do you. You do you. Or is there that book you want to write? Or is there that pile you've been looking at for 20 years? Are there clothes in your cupboard that you haven't worn like in the last 10 years, but you keep looking at them and they're just taking up space, and they could go to Salvation Army and help someone who may need the dress that you never put on for 10 years, and it's just clutter? I have almost nothing. I have my furniture, 2 closets, and 1 little suitcase in a storage shed. I got rid of everything when I got focused on time. When I got focused that my time meant lightening my load. I don't want anyone, my daughters or anybody, when I kick it, to have to clean up my stuff. I have 1 little folder, little file case, 2 cupboards, a cupboard with summer clothes and a cupboard with winter clothes, some shoes, and a suitcase. We need to simplify. We need to wake up. We need to stop complaining, rolling your eyes, gossiping, complaining about the boss, complaining about the coworkers, complaining about the job, and have gratitude. To have thankfulness. Where are you watching from in the world? I thank you all for jumping on. I'm just in flow. I'm in flow. When I'm in flow, I got to keep going. So thank you for just staying with me. I definitely will be reading your comments later. So thank you for, let me jump on for a moment. Hi, everyone. All right. Yes, thank you. In fact, I want to honor that message, because hydrate. Someone said, don't forget to hydrate. When we have poor air quality, cheers. This is cheers to you for watching right now. This is cheers to you for being on this live on YouTube. Instead of the television, it's called the YouTube. Cheers. It's so great to feel your energy through this little box, that we have energy connection right now. Let me know where you're watching from in the world. Hydrate, everyone. Let's have a cheers. Grab your glass of water. I'm saying cheers to you. The live is about the fact that we have today, that I'm sitting here in Pendleton, Oregon, and we have people who are ready to evacuate for fires, that I just watched U.S. Senator Merkley on C-SPAN asking for additional congressional appropriations to ensure that we have enough funding to fund the fires. My live is about the importance of time, that I personally have friends with their cars packed, ready to leave homes they've lived in for decades because we are on fire. And when we are on fire, then you begin to recognize, I'm not going out today. I'm dressed for work, but I kept my work clothes on and work was closed because we have poor air quality. So yes, thank you for the comment to hydrate. And I wrote about what the live is about in the description. I always ask people to come on with respect and kindness. So thank you. I appreciate that. This live is about time. What are you going to do with your time? Tell me. Share. I am still here. Is anyone still here? That was really an odd experience. If you are on here now, what is the project calling your soul that you want to get done? This is about time. Where are you in the world? Espero que todo va bien con ustedes. Yo puedo practicar mi español hoy. Mi gramática no es tan bueno, pero puedo hablar. Je parle français aussi, si vous parlez français. Oh, I love you too. Where are you watching from? Let me know where you're watching from. What country? The only thing I know how to say in Portuguese, time. We're talking about time. I want to learn more. Eu quero falar mais português. I want to speak more Portuguese. Hey, let me know where you're watching from. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. What do you want to do with your time, everybody? I know we're sitting here on a phone, so let's make this meaningful and deep and transformative. All right, I'm going to open a page for my book, Choose Peace. Yes, it's on Amazon, and yes, I shared the author link. I have 2 books that I've published. Okay, here. I'm opening to see what we open to. We're talking about time. Oh, this is spooky. Look what I just opened to. Can you see it? I just opened. I closed my eyes and opened for you if you're jumping on, and it said, this is not a dress rehearsal. This is our life. Thank you. This is my book. You can order it on Amazon. That's me when I lived in Hawaii. That's my friend Carol took that. That's on North Shore, Kayaka Bay Beach Park. Thank you. Please get the book. But I just closed my eyes and opened to this. Can you see this? Wait. What does that say? Someone write what you see. Look at this. Anyone see it? It says this is not a dress rehearsal. I said, what message for my book is meant to come now? When we're talking about the quintessential essence of the gift of time. Don't waste our time. I'll get off soon. I'll get off when I feel the flow to get off. But right now I'm feeling flow with you because I'm hoping that this live will help us realize that we need to make the best of our time. My work was canceled today due to poor air quality and fires. So I kept my work clothes on because I wanted to be intentional with my time today, and I got a lot of work. I see that you have a question. You're welcome to write it. I'm in flow. And yes, it's worldwide on Amazon. So just go to my description in my live and the link is there. All over the world, Amazon, both my books. A Long Way Home. Thank you for asking. A Long Way Home. Yes, Amazon worldwide. What country are you in? Here we go. So this is not a dress rehearsal. This is our life. Where do I need to let go and allow what is meant for me to fully arrive? I'm not saying go leave your jobs. I want to be clear about that, but I'm inviting the deeper reflection. With every letting go, there is grief. There is disappointment. There are endings. When you move through all of that like a wave, like the wind, like the river flowing, and you can let go what no longer serves you to welcome peace and what is meant for you so you can rise to the highest vibration this lifetime, both personally and professionally, to truly follow what's calling your soul for work in relationships, to no longer minimize what you know you deserve, to know what you are capable of. And I am watching what you're showing. And when you're rude in your comments, you're showing yourself. You're not insulting anyone who's going live. You're showing your character. And that's what my book is about too. So keep showing yourself. I'm sharing something really important about life. So what you're showing is you're not able to be present with what's happening in the live. And just know that I'm watching. Thank you. Can you be present enough? Can you hocus pocus and have a little bit of focus? I'm going to read it again and ask yourself what message you got. When you move through all of that like a wave, like the wind, like the river flowing, and you can let go of what no longer serves you to welcome peace and what is meant for you so you can rise to the highest vibration. Are you leaning into your highest vibration this lifetime, both personally and professionally, to truly follow what's calling your soul for work in relationships, to no longer minimize what you know you deserve, to know what you are capable of, often takes the reality of letting go. Surrendering, leaping, truly letting go. And grab your fist so tight. Grab it so you can give yourself permission, like a butterfly flying away, of what no longer serves you and what's toxic and what's not kind. That you get to choose. You get to choose peace. You get to choose the people that you are wonderful. So whoever's making the comments, I've just reported you for harassment. So I tolerate no bullying, no harassment, and I watch you. Yeah? So I just filed a report. I watch. And you're showing yourself. So I want to be very clear that my book is called Choose Peace, and my intention for my live was for anyone who's watching to recognize that we are in a fire emergency, that I just watched U.S. Senator Merkley on C-SPAN advocating for additional congressional funds because we are fighting fires. I have friends here who have their cars packed, who may need to evacuate and leave. My description for my live and entering is very clear: to enter my YouTube channel with respect and kindness. I have zero tolerance for harassment and bullying. So watch what you show yourself. And it becomes very, very powerful. And it's in my book, and Maya Angelou talks about it, that we have to believe what people show us, yeah? So what's amazing to me when trolls and spammers come on these lives and they write mean and insulting and harassing and ongoing bullying comments, you're not hurting me. You're showing everybody who's on the live now and who watch the replays later who you are. So there's your name, access to your profile, access to witnessing your comments that are showing your character. That's enlightening. And that's where liberation happens. When you begin to recognize that you're showing yourself. So I was clear in my description, and I've been watching, and I've made a report for harassment during this live. Watch. Witness. What are you being shown? So what happens in the world of people going live is there are people who jump on and they try and distract the person who's going live by making bullying and harassing comments. And YouTube chooses a select short that they create from my lives. And I can't wait to see which part of my live they choose. And maybe it's talking about trolling. So when we talk about the quintessential essence gift of time, I'm setting a boundary for my space on YouTube and all my social media platforms that I have zero tolerance for toxicity. In our lives, we get to watch people show themselves. We get to choose who's in our circle. We get to choose the vibration we want to live in. We get to choose how we show up, whether at work or professionally or personally, right? So in choosing peace, what do you need to do to choose peace right now? You. All of you. What do you want to do with your time? I'll close out here with, what do you want to do with your time? What do you want to do to rise to the highest vibration of yourself? What's the legacy you want to leave? You know, I am a substitute teacher. I know I've got people following me from around the world, and I thank you. And I can walk into a classroom and I can know the gossiper, the eye roller, the class bully, the kid who distracts, the kid who doesn't care, and they're ruining education for like 20, 30 other kids in the room who actually care. And I just feel called to say, with this gift of time, invite you to lean into the highest vibration of yourself. And remember, and I said that this live was not meant for kids, so I don't know if there are kids on or not on. If you're a young adult, remember this too. The person next to you might be the CEO of the company who might be interviewing, right? So if I'm interviewing for my company, Wellness Wave LLC, if I'm interviewing for my company, am I going to remember someone's behavior even from 10 years ago, 20 years ago? So remember that what we show people in this gift of time may be remembered. So practice kindness. When my grandmother was passing, she brought me the same message as my mother. And I said to my grandmother, what's the most important message about life? And she said to be kind. I asked my mother when she was dying, what is the most important message about life? And my mother said, do something for another person every day and practice kindness. So when you come on to my YouTube live, I am inviting respect, kindness, and some form of higher emotional intelligence. Do you have it in you? Because that's what I welcome. I honor you for trying to step into the highest vibration of yourself. Even if we live to 100, we're here this blip in time. I am home, dressed for work, kept my work clothes on, and our offices were closed due to poor air quality. So let me close with being very present with what's happening. Message come through with what's happening right now is that we're on fire in this country. And it was tough watching U.S. Senator Merkley from Oregon advocating for congressional funds for the state of Oregon because we are on fire. I personally have friends who have their car packed, who have kids, who may have to leave homes they love because we are on fire. So when you can begin to start realizing that the gift of time is quintessential and important, you want to kick your feet up and watch TV all day, or do you want to go write the book? You want to go write the song? You want to go paint the painting you want to paint? You want to clean up the mess you've been walking through? You got 50 magazines you've never read. You want to clean up your house? Is your house a mess? What do you want to do? You want to waste your time, or do you want to wake up to your time? Becoming intentional is where manifestation happens. Listen, I just birthed 2 books and 2 audiobooks because I got into flow state, because I became intentional with my time. I want to leave a legacy for my daughters, whether they hear or watch anything now. But when I go, what's the legacy that I can leave? And it might be my thoughts. It might be these YouTube videos. It might be these books. I'm not here a long time. But when I have a message that I want to share, this is a format where I can share that. So lean in to what's calling you. Take the leap. Dare to dream. Do the work. Get focused. Stop complaining. And manifest the life that's calling your soul. Paint the canvas of the life that's calling your soul. Get clear on the kind of relationships you want to have. Get clear on the kind of work that's going to engage you. And get clear before you take the job. Get clear before you fall in love and choose to rise in love instead, because you got clear on what you want with your time. Because you are radiant, you are divine, you deserve to be respected, you deserve to have someone reply. You don't need to be ghosted, deleted, and have anxious attachment. Did they call and did they text? Like, step out all that. Save yourself decades of time and get clear to rise in love, not fall in love. Get clear. Are you a people person? Then do work that's going to engage you with people. Get clear and then go manifest. But don't manifest something and then keep complaining about it for 10 years of your life. I've been life coaching for over a decade, and I almost don't want to life coach anymore because people are not ready to do the work to awaken to the highest version of themselves, which means holding the mirror up and doing the deeper work to say, I am here a short time, whether I'm in my early 20s to 100. This is serious, everybody. We need to wake up as humanity to conscious awakening to what you want to welcome. You deserve kindness. You deserve respect. You deserve a high level of your own appreciation, and protect your plans, protect your peace. Don't share all your whole relationships and everything. I used to be all that on social. Now I'm intentional. Protect your energy. And like Maya Angelou says, believe what people show you. Don't keep thinking they're going to show you something different because you keep opening a door and giving them another chance to keep showing themselves the same monster over and over and over. Wake up. We need to wake up. I hope maybe, you know what, this book on Amazon, this book, if you go through this book, oh my God, I opened again to this is not a dress rehearsal. I closed my eyes, opened it. This is our life. Where do I need to let go to allow what is meant for me? Are you with me? Is anyone hearing me? Are you hearing me? Thank you on the earrings. My friend Caitlin Treelor made these. Love them. All right, I got to jump off because you know what? Thank God. Thank Creator. God bless the firefighters. And my books are in my description, but this book asks the deeper questions. It's on Amazon. It asks the deeper questions to wake up. I hope my book saves people decades. Anxious attachment, chasing what doesn't work for you, like allow flow. And to allow flow, you gotta get clear, right? I gotta breathe. I gotta take some water. We gotta get clear. Where do you need to get clear? If you've jumped on, there's no accident. What do you need to manifest in your life? What's calling you? You're going to keep talking about the story that's not working, go out with your friends and complain about everybody, gossip for another 2 hours. I don't even go out with friends anymore because I can't take gossip. My body cannot physically be around it anymore. And when I catch myself partaking in any of it, I got to step away and not do it. The eye rolling, the gossip, like whether someone's 13 in a classroom or 50 in a break room. We need to rise to a higher vibration and to heighten our emotional intelligence so that we can move out of I've been teaching yoga since 1994. It's the science of yoga. You know why we do yoga? You know why we do the postures? You know why we do the pranayama and the breath? Like everyone's missing it, looking cute in their Lululemon yoga clothes and missing the practice of yoga. The ego and the mind wants us attached to trauma, which is going to lose decades of time. And my post is about time. When we can heighten our emotional intelligence to no longer be driven by the reactive patterns of the mind and the ego attaching to every emotion, I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm glad. On the back of both my books, both my books on Amazon, A Long Way Home and Choose Peace, is this quotation. I was sitting on my balcony March 16th, and the flow state has not stopped. I've birthed 2 podcasts. I did the sound engineering, recorded, narrated, and wrote 2 audiobooks and published 2 books in 3 months because I dropped into a deep, disciplined state of flow state. I was watching the rock. I was watching the water flowing around the rock. And this light bulb went on. In happiness, we may rise and fall. Think about that. In happiness, we may rise and fall. But in peace, we flow with it all. I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm mad, I'm glad. Those are all just fleeting emotions. I don't want the pursuit of happiness. I want to do the work for the pursuit of peace, which means that when the triggers arise, you watch them like a movie, right? So there were people making comments on my live, and rather than dancing, I set a boundary. And I put in a report for bullying and harassment because I have clear boundaries. And in fact, my boundaries were so clear that I wrote it in the description to only enter my live with kindness. What are the boundaries you need to set in your life? Are you walking into your home and your home feels like a sacred sanctuary so you can have the time you need to create, to be grounded, to be safe energetically when you walk in your home? Are you creating an energized, positive workplace? How are you showing up when you walk through your door? How are you showing up when you bring yourself into work? What do we need to change? Quit pointing our fingers about complaining about the boss, complaining about the friends, complaining about the relationship, complaining about your parents, complaining about your kids. Like we are living in a 21st century of so much. Everyone's talking about what they're gonna do. I've been doing, in fact, Influential Women is running my Wellness Wave life coaching right now to over 30,000 professional women. I have a masterclass with Influential Women. I'm honored. And in that PowerPoint that I created for Influential Women, I talk about the fact that we must awaken to our life intention. Stop talking. Stop talking about the plans. Stop talking about the trip you want to take. Stop talking about the book you want to write. Stop talking about the band you want to make and go, like Nike says, do it. I've hardly worked with any clients this last year because I hit a tipping point where I have watched so many people talk about what they want to do and no one's willing to do the work. They're gonna scroll through the phone. They're gonna watch another movie. They're gonna play another video game. They're gonna go get another Red Bull at Dutch Bros, and they're not gonna do the work. So if you're watching me now, if I'm sounding tough, I'm sounding tough because, like 3 snap it with me. You deserve to attract the best relationship, and you know when that's going to start is when you choose you. You know when that begins? You know when that begins? That begins when you choose peace inside yourself. You know how you get to peace inside yourself? I'll tell you what, you set clear boundaries. You walk your authentic path. You don't care what people think about you. You go do you. You dress like you want to dress. You cut your hair the way you want to hair. You wear the jewelry you want to wear. I'm 56 and I feel fantastic. But you do you. You ask yourself, what is the life calling you? What's calling you? This isn't about money. This isn't about any of that. It's about peace within us and how we show up, no matter what's happening around us. The good, the bad, and the ugly. We all have our stories of pain. Right? Everybody has a story. You can choose to sit in the story, or you can choose to rise up. You're all amazing. Have a great day. Bye.